And welcome to another edition of NBA Countdown Stay Home Edition. It's Maria, J. Will, Jalen, Uncle P.
What
Uncle P back with the best.
Yes, sir.
The best is back. And we did have a change in scenery. Jalen, walk us through. We got a new movie that we're paying homage to.
Absolutely. You know, I try to get it more and more Detroit as I realize the suits watch less and less as you do stuff. So I put the initial White Man Can't Jump because it was safe, you know, but I really wanted Doughboy with the Detroit hat behind me. I'm pretty sure Paul Pierce know about these South Central streets in this movie. I'm pretty sure he appreciate this.
The Boys in the Hood. That's a classic. Come on now.
Ricky!
It's still a sports movie.
Ricky
you know,
was
when
gonna
they hit
make
me
it.
up, I'm like, it's still a sports movie. He's a college prospect. He was going
Right.
to USC.
Sure was, because he passed his SAT. I watched that. Listen. Okay, something that you're going to be watching this Sunday is the final 2 episodes of The Last Dance. Can you guys believe it that we are at the end of the docuseries? I mean, it's been something to watch. It's been like appointment viewing for everyone. I'm so glad that we had it during this pandemic. But one of the big conversations that's come up out of seeing Michael Jordan, you know, in and out of his private moments is that he was so fierce and competitive that in some ways he kind of pushed people away from him. So he has the 6 titles, but in some moments, it doesn't seem like he has anyone to share them with. I mean, if you were in his shoes or if you had an opportunity to win that many titles, would that hurt you? Would that be sad for you? Or is that just a sacrifice you have to make to be as great as he is, Jalen?
I've learned being around some of these all-time great players and some of the most accomplished people in whatever field that it is, it seems that beyond what they were able to achieve, they are unhappy and miserable in a lot of ways. And that's what pushed them to their greatness, that level of discipline that they were going to do whatever and alienate whoever in order to get their goal achieved. But Michael Jordan, for everybody that wants to be an entertainer or an athlete, sacrificed a lot for his happiness. Yeah, he got the 6 championships and everything, but he lost his father and his best friend throughout the process. He alienated a lot of teammates. He really got ousted from the Bulls. He should still be a part of their franchise. And so based on that, I understand why he sacrificed so much to be so great, but there is a price to be paid.
So let me put this in layman's terms. You telling me would I rather have 6 championships, make all the money Jordan made, and not have no friends?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Paul's like, COVID is teaching me I can be by myself and be very happy.
All day long. Come on, man. Friends cost. Friends cost. We all know that.
So let me ask you guys. So following up on that, because I posed this question today, I thought like if you have 3 different leadership styles, right? One style is obviously MJ. It's like fierce, competitive, crazy. Another style is kind of like a blend between 2, like a Kobe, because Kobe was fierce and competitive. He was crazy too, but like it seems like he was a lesser version of MJ as far as like how much he would ridicule you, or I don't know, he maybe talk to you a little bit more, or the third option being LeBron James, who at times can be mistaken for passive, but he just shows his raw like in a different way. Like, what leadership style do you guys think would you like to play for? Like personally, would you like to? Because MJ is great, but would you like to play with MJ, or would you rather play with the LeBron, or would you rather play with the Kobe? Which leadership style do you think was best conducive for you guys?
I mean, I grew up in the era of, you know, coaches that were kind of like tough on you. You know, when you play for the likes of Roy Williams, Rick Pitino, that's just what the era was, man. A lot of yelling at you, a lot of getting on you. But you know what? It was about how competitive you were and they tested your insides. It's something that I think I needed. It was like, you know, the discipline and just I needed that hard figure just to like push me. You know, that's the way I looked at it. I think it's all on the person. You know, how you come at him. And me, it was like, I'm going with the Jordan style because that's going to push me. That's going to harden me up. That's going to make me like, all right, you know, he's serious about this. I don't want to let my teammates down. I'm going to go harder because this is what's needed. And I feel that energy in their voice.
I needed that Jordan style too, Jay. And The one thing about each of those situations, while they may appear the same, they're a lot different. And here's what it is. Jordan was always the best player, and Phil wasn't established as a coach. So if you're Kobe, you still had Phil. If you're LeBron, you had to do something special and win it in Cleveland. But when you went to Miami, you had Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade. So based on that, Michael Jordan had to alienate people from both sides in order to get the message across. And if that level of sacrifice is going to get you to success, like Paul said that he garnered, then it's worth it for everybody involved.
I'm on the same page. Like I didn't need my teammates to be friends. If we were winning, we were winning. Like that's what I got my family for. But everybody's different though.
It seems like the younger generation doesn't really want a dog for a leader. I feel like I would want that. Everyone sitting on this Zoom or this show would want that, but it seems as though that's not something that's gravitated towards anymore in leadership styles. And that's not just the NBA. I feel like that's across any athletics that we're looking at.
I'll tell you, Maria, it started at the bottom. I got AAU programs, and I see, this generation coming up. Some of these guys in the NBA played with my AAU program. So you see that they get everything young. At the age of 14, they doing load management. At the age of 14, they getting all the shoes.
No.
At the age of 14, they getting cars. They getting dollars. And that's where it all started, at the bottom. So by the time they get to college and by the time they get to the NBA, it's like, man, I'm the man. I've been the man since 12, 13. I could do whatever I want. Don't talk to me that way or trade me. It ain't no yell at them and make them better.
Yeah. That's only going to get worse too, right? I mean, social media, TikTok, all these kids got millions of followers now. Like they're already stars before they even
feeling themselves. They feeling themselves. It's like, I done let so many players go because of that. And so that's what it is though.
Well, try to keep them straight, Uncle P. You don't want out there. Please
don't
give us one dog.
Nobody, P. Don't let nobody
better not.
Nah, my way or the highway. I don't care who you is.
All facts. Agreed.
Okay, so some leaders that you guys have all mentioned. Obviously, ESPN put out the top 74 players of all time. I'm going to read out the top 10 list. You guys tell me if there's an omission or if we fully agree with everyone that's on this list. Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Bill Russell, Magic, Wilt, Bird, Duncan, Kobe, and Shaq. Glaring problems? Is everyone okay with this list?
Well, for me, LeBron too high.
Okay.
What? And there are some people that played in the league that accomplished more than LeBron, that have been more dominant than LeBron. They are Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Bill Russell. That's an absolute fact. I know a lot of you youngsters how you going to put Russell in front of him? It was only such and such teams. Look at that grainy footage. That he was dominating. Okay, he was dominating whatever era it was, and for me, I can't front. In order to pass Magic, LeBron got to win a championship with the Lakers because I saw Magic be dominant.
I got Magic
in college. Came in the league, won a championship as a rookie. He didn't have to wait till his 5th year, his 10th year. He was winning MVPs and championships.
But who did he come up?
9 finals in 12 years and won 5.
I hear you on that, but when he first came into the league, who was on that LA Lakers squad?
Kareem was on that squad that didn't go to the playoffs 2 of the previous 4 years.
Who else?
Come on now.
Wasn't James Worthy on that squad?
And no. James Worthy was not on that squad, Jay.
No, he wasn't.
Magic went number 1 overall like Zion this year. Just think about if Zion would have won the championship with Duke and then went to the league and won finals MVP as a rookie. That's dominant.
That's dominant. I don't care. I got Magic ahead of LeBron, too. I got LeBron probably 5th.
Me too, 5th.
I think I got him 5th, just ahead of Larry Bird at 6.
You got LeBron at 6?
No, I got LeBron 5th.
I got him 5th, too.
I got him 5th. I mean, because Kareem, think about Kareem got 6 titles, 5 MVPs.
So wait,
6 MVPs.
I mean, 6 MVPs.
Amount of titles that you won now. that qualifies you as the greatest ever only on titles.
All right, he got more MVPs, more points. I'm trying to figure out what is the criteria. What's the criteria for this then? What are we going off of? Stats? Okay, Kareem got the stats. Are we going off the championships? Okay, Russell got
the longevity.
He
got that too.
The longevity. What are we going off of? It's a common. What is it?
All right.
And if we going off a combination of that stuff, them guys have more. They've done more.
I'm just
y'all just looking at the skill. This ain't a question of like when we say who's the greatest player. This ain't a question of like a skill set. We got to look at how you changed the league and what your influence was on winning. And them guys, they ahead of LeBron.
Hold on, man. Like I know you could talk about stats. Have we ever seen an athlete or a player like LeBron James?
Yeah, Magic Johnson in 1979, jumping center at 6'9", playing point guard.
Okay, all right. So you're saying that you would take, if you had a draft, and you're at a draft right today, you're taking Magic over to LeBron with those skill sets.
Yes, I'm not hesitating, Jay.
Jay Rose, come on, man.
I'm not hesitating.
Come on, man.
I'm old enough. Hey, Jay, let me tell you something, Jay. There's only a couple. Let me just say something. There's only a couple of players that LeBron ain't greater than and ain't more famous than. Magic Johnson is one. Don't get it twisted. He ain't more famous than Magic.
Right now?
It's a different generation. I'm just talking about
so you can't compare generations.
The impact they had in their I'm talking about the impact they had at their apex.
Man, y'all sound like some old heads right now. Y'all sound like y'all got a lot of LeBron haterade in both y'all.
It ain't LeBron haterism. It's just understanding. It's understanding the history. It's like understand the history.
It's like because I understand that, but y'all, it's like people knock him because he's currently playing and because he had to go to Miami and he played with other great players. Like
if we got him at number 2 right now, I'm gonna say this: what if he gets to the finals and then lose again? Does he drop? Because he lost another one?
He ain't 2.
No, he's not 2 right now. Not right now.
He ain't 2.
He still got some work
he ain't
to do.
2. He got some more work to do. Jay, here's what I'll ask you. So, do you believe LeBron has been more dominant at his height than MJ or Bill Russell?
I'm not saying MJ, but I also saw Bill Russell was dominant, but I also know who Bill Russell was playing against. I know I've seen a lot of tape on who Bill Russell was playing against. So I look at LeBron James and I say, I've never seen, it's crazy. People just mistake. I get because he's a passer and because he had to mold into a called killer like we see Michael, but it's almost like that's used against him. And it's like, I don't think people are really going to respect what he brought to the game until all of a sudden.
All right, listen to this. In LeBron's 3 final wins, who was his matchup?
So let's go through it.
Andre Iguodala.
Okay.
For the Warriors.
Or Harrison Barnes.
Yep, that year.
Wasn't he there?
Yep.
The ones he won. Okay, Dallas. They beat Dallas. No, he wasn't in Dallas. They beat San Antonio.
A young Kawhi. And then this other one, who did they beat?
They beat Dallas, right? Wait.
No,
they didn't beat Dallas. They lost to Dallas.
Well, let's talk about Josh Howard and them beating LeBron.
KD.
Okay, a young KD.
Young KD. That's right.
But here's the thing, Jay.
What? It's still
Jay, how about this? LeBron has extreme greatness. I'm saying he one of the handful of greatest players to ever do it. That's not hate. I'm just saying when he lays down on a pillow tonight, there are people that have did things in the league that he hasn't done yet. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not an era. It's not a style. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that conversation could go on until next Tuesday if we really wanted to, but I guess I should move it on. I'm going to plead the fifth. You guys said LeBron is fifth. We plead the fifth.
Top 10 in assists.
Hold on. He's number 3. Who's number 1?
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. We're
talking stats. Who's number 1?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you.
And then Karl Malone. So Karl Malone's number 2.
In scoring. So that lets you know that we're trying not to only count numbers and only count rings. Because if that was the case, Bill Russell would be number 1 and Karl Malone would be in the top 5. But we ain't doing that.
All right, y'all. All right. This is a generational thing right here.
Jay, well, how you gonna feel?
You call me millennial too before Paul. I'll be paying attention.
When you put your head down on your pillow right behind you, how you gonna feel tonight, Jay Will?
Correct. I got more work to do.
I know what my double team
ritual is. I'm gonna feel good.
I was in the arena when KD shot him down from 3. And Paul Pierce went on TV and was like, KD the best player in the world. That was while he was still in the league, Jay. When Jordan was in the league, wasn't nobody saying that.
I'm not comparing it to Jordan. Y'all talking about number 2. Right. We're talking about number 2. I'm not comparing to number 1.
Right.
Well, I just thought me and you argued one day that LeBron was better than Jordan.
I said LeBron can beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one game, and you lost your mind. You lost your mind. You're losing your mind again. Why is that crazy?
What y'all do not understand that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. That includes being on one-on-one. He's quick. He's athletic. He played basketball with his tongue out, Maria. What are you talking about?
In a one-on-one game, that's like saying Jamal Crawford got no chance to beat Kobe. And we know Jamal Crawford might be one-on-one. He's legendary. You can't compare it to one-on-one.
Come on, man.
All right, next subject. Let's go, Maria.
Okay, let's take you into the 50s.
Michael Jordan, Maria.
Michael Jordan, I'm with you.
Not Kawhi Leonard.
I'm with you, I'm with you. Hey, Paul Pierce, you're at 54. How do you feel about that?
I think 54, just to be recognized.
James Worthy,
think
Tracy
about this.
McGrady, Gary Payton, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, Ray Allen, Clyde Drexler.
No, listen though. Hundreds of thousands, maybe. I don't know how many players have been through the league, maybe a million. To be ranked in that category is always an honor. You know, obviously, you feel like when you look at that, I think every player always think they probably could be higher. You know, I think I could put an argument, but just to be in the conversation, I'm cool with that. You know, I made my mark on the game. I'm cool. I made my mark.
Hey, P.
You know what I'm saying?
When you do your Hall of Fame speech, I want to help you modify it a little bit. I'm going to be somewhere sipping tequila and watching you and celebrating you. It ain't been a million people playing the league. It's only been 4,000. 4,000 have ever played in the NBA game. You one of the 54 greatest players of all time.
That's killer.
That's killer.
That is dope.
I made my mark.
And I think that's accurate too. That's about accurate. I can't front, Maria. That's about accurate. I can make
you know what? I look at that list right there, 51 to 57, and I can make an argument to go higher, but just to be on the list, I'm cool. I ain't got no beef with nobody ahead of me or under me or nothing.
Let me ask you this. When you first got in the league, did you think you'd be in conversations like this? Was that something that was always on your mind? Like, I'm going to be one of the greatest of all time.
You know what? I just wanted to become the best version of me, whatever that was going to be. You know, when I was in high school, I was one of the top high school players. When I was in college, I was one of the top 5. And in the NBA, I wanted to be that, you know. So, you know, as far as being one of the greatest ever, definitely, you know, you work, and then you see the results at the end of the day. And that's just I think that's just a testament of my hard work and my dedication to the sport. You know, I'm not saying I want to be ranked this. It's just I'm going to work, and then I'm going to see where I'm at the end of the day.
It's crazy to see you there. I feel like I'm going to stand outside while you're giving your Hall of Fame speech. I'm going to be right outside the building. I'm going to stand out there with a billboard, like, go Uncle Pete.
Don't act like you socially distancing now. You weren't doing it on your birthday. I saw you on IG.
I'm the prototype social distancer. If you guys need any influence or information on how to social distance properly, please hit me up, DM me. All right, we don't have much time left, so I guess what we've been doing. Are we watching anything, Paul? You still haven't watched my show, No Real Housewives?
No, right now I'm watching these kids.
I don't watch shows. I watch kids.
I watch kids right now.
Jay Will?
I was gonna say, Paul, real talk. Every time I saw you play, you brought it, bro. And that ain't like everybody else. You were different, man. You deserve to be in that conversation. Congrats.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And as somebody that was there when you got drafted in LA and we was working out at the men's gym and hanging out in Santa Monica and getting it in like we do and flying back and forth to the lockout, I always felt like you were slept on, and Boston got lucky to get you where they got you in the draft. And I'm just so happy that you were able to continue to stay with your squad long enough to watch them rebuild around you to the point y'all had that championship level success. You deserve it, my brother.
Appreciate it, fellas. I thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
That's that championship vest at work. That's why I see you deserve it, Paul. You really do. Every single time you show.
You're just wrong, Maria.
I know. It's the weekend. It's not the weekend. Fellas, enjoy the last 2 episodes of The Last Dance. The next time we all see each other, that's what we'll be chopping it up about. And stay socially distant all weekend, or I'm going to have to check you the next time I see you, okay?
No doubt.
I got the antibodies.
Shout out to antibodies.
Yeah,
bye, y'all.
Okay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.